The catastrophes in earth and sky through our weather systems have been both confusing and intense. We have been asking questions as a public about weather modification, cloud seeding, and chemtrails. No longer is playing God allowed to be a secret pastime of the scientific experimental community, but people are demanding answers. Is our weather being tampered with? Are there major catastrophes happening on a world scale that are affecting people's lives but are man-made? Stay tuned to the end of this video to get a clairvoyant perspective. Hello, everyone. My name is Ruth. I am a clairvoyant and a prophetic seer. Today we're going to be looking at the floods in Texas, the extreme heat, hundreds of degrees all across the world, volcanoes, and chemtrails. We're going to be asking for a spiritual perspective in all of these areas. First, if you're interested in financial predictions for this global world and this maybe your investments, join me for an exclusive on my membership, Financial Predictions, Gold, Silver, Crypto, and we're going to be looking at the stock market crash potentially, and an insider trading update. Is corruption being dealt with? Will we see any sort of reconciliation from those that are stealing things in our financial syndicates? So if you're interested, it is $9 a month or $80 for a year. The link is in the description box below. Click private membership and you can sign up there. And I do those predictions every month for the members. If you are interested in a private reading, feel free to join me on my website and find a reading that works for you. I have email, phone, Zoom readings, and there, of course, is the membership. Okay, let's get started here. We're going to call in spirit and set the tone so that all questions are protected, so that all topics are protected in this area. So join me, grab a cup of tea, claim this for yourself, for your electronics. We are clearing electronics, your laptop, your phone, anything that would channel in something of a lower vibration. Hello, Marie. Thank you for being here. All right. All beings, thought forms, entities, and technologies and artificial intelligences that are not for our best and highest good or the highest good of all life on earth, and that are not in service to the one true source of all creation, the great I am, and the technologies they use, such as nanodust, smart dust, black goo, tracers, trackers, implants, blockers, algorithms, and operating systems, and all else that are not for the highest good of humanity, I command to leave this live stream and this channel, to leave our digital products, to leave our devices and our bodies, minds, and energy fields. Go and never return. Your contracts are null and void. And we invite the presence of Christ to fill all empty spaces left by these dark forces. They are now filled with the light of Christ's energy of light, the power of Holy Spirit, and the divine love of all that is holy and good. We invite truth and clarity into the space with healing and liberty for all. It is so, and let it be. All right, let's get started. We're going to be looking at the natural disasters across the world. Now, I just received a message from somebody who is actually, let me go ahead and start this. It's somebody who, I took a screenshot, so bear with me. It was a CEO of a weather modification company. So let's go ahead and read it. This was posted by Kevin Steele, and it says, new weather modification company CEO admits cloud seeding operations conducted in the Hill Country 2 days before the deadly flood. But Augustus Doreco, CEO of Rainmaker, claims his release of silver iodide into the atmosphere did not cause the deadly floods. Dorico says the two clouds seeded would have dissipated after a few hours and would have had no effect on the floods several days later. Though the technology has been studied for decades, it remains difficult to predict the additional rainfall that cloud seeding operations can generate, with estimates ranging widely from 0% to 20%. So much rain fell that the Guadalupe River in Caryville, Texas, one of the epicenters of the floods, rose some 26 feet, 8 meters, in less than an hour overnight on Friday. 26 feet, not inches, feet, in less than an hour overnight on Friday. Wow. So we're going to be asking Spirit here, what's going on with the floods in Texas? Was that a result of a man-made catastrophe that went bad? Or is it simply Mother Earth cleansing herself and loosing a whole lot of rain? Welcome in, everyone. Welcome. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to this channel. Thank you for being here. And if you're one of my regular listeners, you don't know how much I appreciate you. Spirit, what can you tell us about the flood waters? The rain, the flood waters in Texas. What do you want us to know? Thank you. So 2 cards fell out. We have a block, and definitely this would refer to weather because it's a sword, air. And then we have a secret mission, a secret plan, something not revealed to the public. Spirit, what do you want to tell us about the floods in Texas? Okay, a lot of people were involved. This is definitely coming in as man-made. 3 of Pentacles is partners getting together to create something. We have it offset and aspected by 10 of Swords, which is telling me rain, weather, storms. We have another partnership card and then another offer or attempt card. So there's definitely some striving, some effort, some work, and several people involved. Right off the bat, it's looking like someone who had some extra machinery, some hidden technology, blocked something specific, which should have caused those clouds to dissipate. But something secretive blocked the original technology for cloud seeding. So it looks like there's 2 or 3 factors here. One that's doing the storm and another that sort of messed up a storm. And this could have been an attempt to balance something out. Let's see if this was an accident or intentional. Was this a negative or nefarious act? It's definitely coming in as manipulated, man-made, nothing about Mother Earth here. Is this a manipulated act with bad intention, or is the intention good? Ace of Wands, that means energy was put into the atmosphere. 8 of Swords is not a good energy. That's the area of over control. And then the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is an attempt, a victory, a trying once again to gain the upper hand, to do something. And it's also again coming in with this block card. There was an attempt to block something or take some sort of control in order to gain the upper hand in something. So Spirit, what was the intention of this third party coming in and disrupting a normal procedure done by possibly that it's called Rainmaker, done by that CEO, the first CEO? What is the intention here? Okay, we're getting some past energy. I'm seeing the elementals. We have people. We have ace. And then we have a king of cups. This is a lot of manipulation, a lot of desire to acquire something, to gain control of something. Now, this is either people, communities. I'm not seeing land. I'm seeing a lot of water. I'm seeing a lot of emotion, a lot of control over the atmosphere in the water. But why are they manipulating the water? The Wheel of Fortune, the 9 of Wands, protection, trying to access a protection of some sort. The Emperor card, leadership, protecting a leader, protecting something. So off the bat, I'm seeing that this was definitely a man-made created event. This third party tried to come in and hijack it for a very personal and a very secret reason. They might have been trying to protect something or protect someone. There could have been something they're trying to gain access to. Now, I know a lot of people have said that they wanted land. They wanted the rights of certain lands. Some people have alleged that there's a huge company trying to buy land up in the exact area the flood went, and this gives them a better access to buy the land. So it's called a land grab. The only hint of a possible land grab is the Six of Pentacles, which is the money, wanting more money, wanting to do something with money. But every other reading, every other card is something having to do with capturing or gaining control of technology. And it could have been a simple glitch in the system that created this. I'm going to use a different deck here. Spirit, is there anything else you can tell us? Because I'm not seeing deep into this third party. It's like it's blocked. Spirit, what can you tell us about this third party in this effort? Was it intentional or was it just a glitch? Okay, we have a major timeline shift. We have 2 timeline shifts coming in. Confirmation that there's some movement forward in some area. High Priestess by the Knight of Pentacles. We have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the 4 of Pentacles. This is grabbing something, trying to maintain control. And now we're getting in some of the land. We're getting in the property. We're getting in a massive resource-based grab. Desire to control the way he's controlling his pentacles. And this is a secret plan. These 2 cards go together. The secret plan, and it's been planned for a while. There was a use of this glitch in the weather to make the most advantage of taking land. There's definitely confirmation of wanting land. But there's also another aspect of that's just being used, but there was a glitch or a malfunction that was created in order to get control of the weather system. Why would they want it? They might have been asked to do it by another party, a third party, so that they could gain access to the land. That is it. So I have partners, 2, and then I have 3 third parties. So it's looking like there were 2 people that helped to control the weather, but a third party came in that was asked by another leader to say, we want property, resources, land. What can you do? And that's why I couldn't see into the exact intentions of the people who caused that glitch, because it wasn't their intention. It was somebody else's intention that was asking them to do it. A lot of people were involved in this, and they used technology in the airwaves, however they do it, to force some excess water. We have a lot of water in this reading, a lot of water. Okay. The Texas floods. If you have any questions about those floods, go ahead and put them in the chat. We're now going to be looking at the extreme heat. 1 week in June, and it's still happening. The weather's been hitting the hundreds. In Virginia, here where I live, it's basically like Florida. It gets super humid and super hot into the 90s, in the hundreds, and then it rains in the afternoon, major thunderstorms. It's very, very unusual. My friend went to visit Greece and Italy. She says it was 100 degrees there. The people in the UK where I visited, they were so hot. They said it was unusually hot. Maine had 100-degree weather where my mom lived. So it's very, very unusual. It all started right after the solar flares. But I also want to ask Spirit, what do you want to tell us about this heat? And is this heat normal? Is this going to happen for the rest of our lives, that our summers are going to be super hot? Is this natural? Is this Earth, a solar flare, or is this man-made? Spirit, what can you tell us about the extreme heat across the world? Thank you. Oh, interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of grief. Okay, and the card that flipped out was, it will not be here forever. It will move on. Thank heaven. The rain is helping it move on. Marie says it's supposed to be hot for the next few weeks here in Toronto. Yeah. I hope it's not as hot as it is here. That's for sure. We have some sort of secret coming in, okay? Secret. We have here plans. Plans by someone, but I'm not getting a world leader. I'm getting something higher, more spiritual. The sun. But not just the sun, the beings of the sun, the Christ energy, and I'm kind of getting the spiritual cosmic beings who oversee the fire elementals. Once again, I'm getting that Prometheus. Is it Prometheus that rules over fire, or was a ruler over fire? It could have changed now. This energy coming in with this king of wands is a spiritual presence. And we're getting that this was written in Earth's Akashic records, secret documents, and it was planned. It's planned. There was some stress around certain areas of the Earth from a cosmic perspective. This could be the Galactics of light. This is definitely the angels that dwell within the presence of Christ energy, the light of the sun. For the future, we have the new world, the new Earth. So there's a concern, some stress about the coming new Earth. Because they could see it, it was written into the Akashic fields of Earth to make plans to do something. And this could be a cleanse, something being moved out of the Earth realm. A cleanse of sort, a moving of energy. Spirit, can you tell us more about this new Earth plan to cleanse the world through heat? It's very interesting because I'm being reminded there is a verse in the Bible that says, no longer will God destroy the earth with the flood, but in the end times it will be burned with fire. And it's saying that which can be shaken will be shaken, the prophecy says. And the earth will be cleansed with a great heat and with fire. I just remembered that. And that's what this seems. It seems to be written in the prophetic words, planned by the cosmic beings who oversee under God the Creator. They oversee the fire elementals. This was them not liking what's happening and a new earth coming in. Wow. I'm definitely not getting a man-made structure here. 10 of Cups, society, people, civilizations, new energy, a brand new frequency, a brand new vibration, 2 aces, 2 brand new vibrations. This is upgrades. This is frequency upgrades, uploads. This is light codes. This is raising our vibration. And it's for all of humanity. Wow. Wow. Prometheus. Prometheus. Is that how I say it? Prometheus. Thank you. When you only read them in books. Prometheus. Thank you. Prometheus. Now that sounds familiar. Prometheus. Yes, this is definitely a being of light that is overseeing it, and it has to do with our ascension and our galactic upgrades. The heat is okay. It won't be here forever. It's cleansing the earth. It's doing what it needs to do on a spiritual level. It is a 3D representation of what's happening in the spiritual level. And the fire, even in biblical times, in the charismatic churches, we would call fire down from heaven. We'd call fire, not literally, but the fire of the Holy Ghost to burn anything that was not for our best and highest good. You'd call fire down on entities. You call fire down on negative energies or evil spirits. You'd call fire down. And so this is a representation of something happening in the spiritual reality, and it's showing up as heat in our world. It is written in Earth's Akashic records. It was prophesied. The high priestess. It is a spiritual effect hitting Earth as heat. Wow. Okay. Prometheus is busy serving the one true God. Is this why there are volcanoes happening as well? Over the earth, under the earth, as above, so below. So the card that fell out was conflict. So it's burning out the negativity, the conflict. I believe that heat is a spiritual representation of why corruption is getting so exposed in this earth realm. It's burning out negative influences. It's burning out negative beings. It's burning out the golems and the R people that are in our astral realm that like to do things, and drink off of our energy. The energy vampires in the spiritual lower astral plane. It's tormenting them. And it's not just doing that, but it's making anything authentic in the earth realm. It's burning it out. That's why it was so easy for the potential of a world WAR 3, okay, a catastrophe, a conflict, to be burned out in 12 days. Those of you who know what I'm saying, talking about the conflict in the Middle East. Why was this just a simple cut and dry thing? Because the energies of the earth are not supporting conflict. They're not supporting international conflict. They're burning it and tormenting it. They're drying up. Elementals dry things up, so they dry up corruption. They're drying up the resources of Mr. Z, and they're drying up the passion of Mr. P in the other conflict on the other side of Europe and Asia. They're drying up the passion and the childlike, egotistical fire natures of that energy, because ego is the energy of fire, and it's the negative energy. So they're drying up the egos in people. They're drying up the narcissism. They're drying up that need to control, because that can come up. It can come up as water, which is dried up by fire, or it can come up by fire, which is fought by fire as well. You can counter it by fire. So this is making a lot of sense. It's a spiritual, it is a physical result of what's happening in the spiritual realms, as above, so below. So Spirit, tell me about the volcanoes in Europe and Asia. Okay, we're getting some balance coming to these areas. Maybe and I haven't been following it. We have some forces that are trying to balance that internal fire. We have some forces trying to calm it down. putting some distance between it. And once again, technology is coming in. I think this is the third time I've pulled on technologies. But I mean, on the volcanoes, there's a technology coming in that they're using to help slow the volcanoes down, trying to bring balance. Are they man-made? Are they a natural result of Prometheus? Elevation, ascension. I am getting some third-party energy here, some political moves. Maybe the drama, they're using the drama of it to try to access things overseas, gain access to stuff, learn more stuff. Is this man-made, or is this... There is some manipulation with these volcanoes coming in, but I'm not getting a negative vibe. I think it's they are controlling it with that technology. We are getting a lot of work to transform it. Yeah. But I'm not getting that they are created by the dark side or that they're created by man. It's just that man is getting involved to helping to manage them. Okay, now, one of President Mr. T's cabinet members, Tulsi Gabbard, she is Director of National Intelligence, DNI. She has put forth a call to start investigating and ending all chemicals that are in cloud seeding programs, or at least several chemicals. I have to pull it up. I believe she put it up on X here. And she wanted to call out, she's calling out the chemicals that being put in cloud seeding, those chemtrails are being left across the sky. The public is no longer accepting our weather being modified without us knowing. The age of that secret is over. It is coming out over and over again that our weather is being modified. Even people say the moment a chemtrail goes across the sky and it fills the air with all these chemtrails, the clouds get dark and it rains. There's no more denying. People are watching the skies. So, Spirit, what can you tell us about the chemtrails? Are the chemtrails across the world being manipulated for a good reason? We know that they're being put in by aircraft. That's not the question. But are the intentions good, or are the intentions evil? Tell us about chemtrails, Spirit. Oh, wow. Okay. So we have here an upgrade and a balance. And this is confirming what some of the white hats have said in our personal group with some of my sources, where they say the chemtrails are now being used for good. The chemtrails are the clouds, judgment. Look how she's in the clouds, being used for rain, balancing the weather. But this is positive because they're saying that they're not here to cause storms all the time. They're not always here. They're caused here. They're being used to balance the earth plane. Now, this is international. And once again, we're getting Prometheus. We're getting the energy of spirit, the energy of a cosmic spiritual being, and new energy. The new energy is the ascension of earth and the energy coming in from Prometheus. I believe, from what I'm seeing here, is that the earth is ascending and the weather has been sort of chaotic. And because the man-made scientists of this earth began playing with the weather is now so much out of control, especially with Prometheus coming in to ascend the earth with the element of fire, that they have to keep balancing the weather. They have to keep the chemtrails up. They can't not, because it's like an addiction. It's like the earth had her cycles. Man came in the 40s, 50s, and 60s and began manipulating it. And back then the chemtrails might have been bad. But now earth has been so chemtrailed, so weather modified, that it would take, she might even go into hyperventilation. She might go into chaos if you just stopped all weather modification. Because it's like an addiction where she's used to the control. She adapted to it. She sort of said, my crazy kids are doing these weird things, but let me just put up with them for a while. And if we all stopped weather modification, I wouldn't be surprised if we would have no weather and it might go out of whack. So this is a result of not only the ascension of Earth causing Earth to be a little bit out of whack, but also the history of Earth and how man has created a catastrophic environment on Earth to cause some imbalance. High Priestess, leaving, something being left behind, quick and fast. This is weather. This is quick weather. Okay. If there wasn't this program, and I want to get clarity on the High Priestess, if they left the program, if they left their secret dealings, their playing of God in the weather system, it could create extreme weather. The Knight of Swords is the most extreme action of the deck, and it's hasty, and it is out of control sometimes. It's chaotic. So that's confirming to me. Now tell me about this High Priestess. What is this High Priestess? I'm not getting any 3-letter agencies. I'm not getting, but let's see. Let's see. Is this a goddess energy, or is this a spiritual energy, or is this a man energy, like a man-made? We have the Hanged Man, uncomfortable, in a temporary discomfort, a strategy, and the Page of Pentacles and I'm seeing the shorelines. I'm seeing the shorelines. I'm seeing the gravitational pull of Earth. I'm seeing the magnetic fields of Earth. I'm seeing the shorelines of Earth, the storms, the water rise, the outline of the Earth. So I'm not getting necessarily that the chemical seeding is a negative thing from Earth's or the cosmic perspective. It is a necessary evil for us right now. And I believe all this heat that's happening with Prometheus, is helping her to ascend and get over it. But it's also creating extreme need to modify our weather. When we're spiking to 100 degrees, we need those thunderstorms to bring it back down to 70. When we're spiking, and what if we went and spiked to 100 degrees and stayed there for the next 3 months? You know, that's why I believe, according to Spirit and the cards, that it's a necessary situation right now. Now, what needs to happen is the things like Tulsi Gabbard, D&I, coming in and saying, get the toxic chemicals out of your weather seeding programs. That's all she said. She said, get the toxic chemicals out. And I believe RFK Jr. is fighting for that as well. And if we can start leading the world in this and start bringing awareness, people are going to start protesting these weather seeding programs, demanding that only good things be in our skies. So it's good. Again, every single time Simon Parks and the sources that I would listen to, they would say the chemtrails are okay. They're not as bad as they used to be. And we would look across the sky and say, there's no way that smoke from that airplane could possibly be good for humanity. But Spirit's confirming here, if we can get the chemicals out, it's going to be okay. Right now, the Earth is just in a major balancing ascension phase. Sort of like when you're sick and you need to go to the doctors to get an antibiotics. Are antibiotics good for you? No, they kill your healthy system and the bad system. But if you take it for 12 days or 14, the way they tell you to, you use it for just that short temporary period. We'll picture the Earth on antibiotics, but she can last it for 15 years. She can handle it for 15 years. And as long as we get some good healthy nutrition into her, she can cleanse those chemicals. So it's really, really positive there. I'm glad to hear about that. All right, everyone. That's all I have for today. Wow, we did this in 40 minutes. This Sunday, I'm in a predicament. I really want to pull on the Epstein situation. And I don't want to say that word. So Mr. E, okay? We're going to call him Mr. E, but I cannot pull on that on YouTube. But then I also have the financial predictions. Let me pull this up for you as well on the private membership. So I'm trying to find a way on how to do a live stream because the federal investigation, the FBI, Pam Bondi, and Kash Patel have closed up the entire Mr. E files, and the world is not happy. It was one of the promises made by Mr. T when he came into office, that the E files would be released and we would see, are they true? So I just want to take a look and see, but I don't want to do it on YouTube. So stay tuned. If you follow me on YouTube, please subscribe. I will put a post if I share it to another link on Rumble. If you're part of my email list, go ahead and sign up to my email list here. You can go down on my website, violetflame.net. Sign up to my newsletter here. You'll get this free PDF about 6 steps to activate your intuition. And you can sign up to my newsletter and you get everything that I do there. Sometimes I share inspirational posts. Other times I share the links to my lives. And I hope to be able to send out coupons to personal readings as well. Marie says, I've heard it's a strategic move. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not feeling a lot of outrage. I'm not personally, like in my body, there's some things that make me mad. Or there's, you know how your body's like, something's not right. I just think there's another move. And to be honest, I think it's connected to the insider trading and to the Jerome Powell, to the Federal Reserve fall. Maybe they're two different things, but there's a storm coming. Richard says, sorry, I was late. This is great news. The skies in Maine are finally showing up as the non-chem shit. Yes, and skies of my memory. Those beautiful clouds of just fluffy clouds going by. That's Mother Earth. I love it. Yes, and this heat, Richard, I don't know if you're having a lot of heat in Maine, but the heat going on, I know my mom said a few weeks ago it was like 100 degrees. The heat, we pulled on it, and basically it's like a massive cleanse of the earth realm and ascension symptoms for the earth. It's like her ascension symptoms of her raising to a different frequency, but it's fire. We talked a little bit about Prometheus, the god of fire, or the cosmic being under Father God, under Creator Source, the cosmic being that oversees the fire elementals. And there's a prophecy in the Bible that says, no longer will God destroy the earth with a flood, but in the end times, he will redo the earth with fire. So I'm wondering if that's the heat, and the fire is like the energy of solar flares. Yeah, so it's very interesting there. So the heat is okay. The chemtrails are getting there. The flood thing was not good. That was not good. There were multiple factors playing some games in there. Some land grabs, some people being paid off, some people getting, being told to glitch with the cloud seeding program. Marie says, I think they have a lot of dirt on some higher ups and high profile people that goes way beyond the stuff with the young ones. I agree. Like, is the world really ready for the Epstein files? Or would we go into a mass chaos or a mass riot? I don't know. And I do know, and I still believe, if I could borrow the phrase, that God is in control, that the cosmic beings of light have a plan. And I trust that. So really trust your intuition. Trust how you feel. Trust how your body feels around that information. Because sometimes I think that's all we have to go on, because they're definitely not telling us the truth. I agree about the fire since it's a global thing. Yeah, it would be really hard to fake or manipulate extreme heat around the entire world. Okay, so I have not decided yet on the next reading, but I really, really, really want to get into Palladians. So maybe this Sunday we'll do Palladians, unless I get another, see if the Palladians and angels and what they think about the earth. Maybe we'll do that for the free live. And then, of course, we're doing the financial position predictions on the private membership. You can sign up now if you're interested. It is $9 a month. I appreciate your support. But if not, join me on YouTube or Rumble for the pre-show. Were the chemtrails to obscure the alien presence? I have not gotten that. I do wonder, though, if the chemtrails in the past. So I just pulled on what the chemtrails are being used for now, and I did get. Let's ask Spirit. Let's just ask Spirit. I know we're supposed to go, but that's a good question, because that high priestess was something secret, and it was past. Okay, so let's ask about the past energy of chemtrails. What were chemtrails originally created and used for? Okay, we're getting some betrayal energy and then some incoming energy. So it was definitely here to block something. Block, lack, out in the cold, 5 of Pentacles. The Emperor card. So we are getting a spiritual being or a leader of some sort. And another spiritual being. Okay. Definitely, they're blocking the energy of the sun. Okay. This is light codes to me. However, this is also that's Prometheus, that spiritual being. Now, I don't know if it's the same spiritual being. This could represent Christ energy. But let's ask if it was meant to block or close up stargates to other civilizations, or other civilizations from coming in. Because there's some sort of cosmic presence. Yeah, the zodiac wheel, other stars, other systems, justice, and death. But what's this? I see what the other worlds are. I see what the death is, that blockage, but then and that. Oh my goodness. I believe it was to block reincarnation and star seeds. Because this justice is the karma, or that repeating of patterns. And this is the death card, souls transitioning and being reborn. Yeah, whoa. Richard, you're on to something. I believe that the chemtrails were put in the atmosphere so that it would be harder for star seeds, cosmic beings as well, Pleiadians, angels coming in from star systems to reincarnate. And it would make them reincarnate, enter into the woman's body with problems, with their DNA out of tact. The chemicals from the trails. So this is the chemicals from the trails would cause pregnant women to have those chemicals in their body, and then it would absorb into the baby, And star seeds like you and I would not be able to fully embrace our true purpose in our life mission. It was meant to block stargates, travel of souls, the reincarnation, and it was meant also to block, I believe, to block us from our spirit guides. Ending. To end a passageway. I heard the words end passageways, stargates, portals, things coming through the clouds. In the biblical reference, they would refer to ascended beings coming in the clouds. You like Jesus coming back in the clouds, the saints coming back in the clouds on a white horse. So ending and creating chaos in the atmosphere. Now, the atmosphere is a 3D representation of the veil, okay, between worlds as well. As above, so below. The atmosphere has a spiritual layer as well. Like we have a spirit, the earth has a soul, we have a soul. Well, the atmosphere has a spiritual reality as well. So it was blocking that in the spiritual reality and causing a great trouble for star seeds. And I believe that could be why some star seeds are very sick, because they're not used to those chemicals. They adopted it from their mother's womb, and they had to deal with a lot of health problems because of that transfer from the soul, from either another civilization or a star system through Earth's spiritual reality into the physical reality. And the mother was breathing in all this chemtrail dust, and it entered the baby. Marie says, I heard the newer chemtrails were to heal the earth. Prince used to talk about chemtrails. Yeah, the new chemtrails, I don't believe are stopping the stargates anymore. If they are, the energy from the sun is assisting star seeds a lot. Richard says, end the salt cycle to clean the pineal gland, rain obstruction. Absolutely. I didn't realize how much chemtrails were connected to the pineal gland or to our entire bodies developing as children. And I know we have the whole thing, the jab situation, but then we also we were fighting it in our bloodstream and we were fighting it in our breath. Wow. But those days are over. And I really hope that we can start incarnating now without so much sickness and pain. We have energy and magic. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And we have the sun card. Okay, look at this clear skies, the sun and the energy coming from the sun streaming onto the earth. The magician card, the cosmic Palladians, the angels, the beings are cleansing Earth's spiritual atmosphere, and it's opening up stargates and portals. And if you can see it here, all the zodiac symbols are around the sun, and the sun is a beautiful rose. The children are safe. The star seeds are safer. Hallelujah. What a beautiful reality, and what a beautiful world, and what a beautiful time we live in. What a beautiful world. I am so grateful to the beings of light that are protecting us. Okay. Well, this has been amazing. Thank you all for your comments, for your questions. I appreciate it. We're going to be going live this Sunday at 11 a.m. We'll see what Spirit brings us for a topic, but I really like the energy of these stargates and star portals and Pleiadians coming in. So we'll take a look at that. Financial predictions for the private membership. Go ahead and sign up. Link in the description box below. And I just wish you all the best. I wish you all the love. I wish you a beautiful rest of the week. Go in peace, and may your angels and the presence of God be with you all. Together in light we rise.